Howdy, yolks, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Seamus Gorman.
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And today we're scaring children.
Or maybe we're just making them laugh.
So put that thing back where it came from.
Or so help me.
Because today we're bringing you...
Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this.
Me too. I gotta do my statistics real quick.
That I'm the only person to ever do a Pixar episode on Bacon and Eggs.
That's correct.
And I think one day we'll have completed every single Pixar film.
There's only what? There's like 22 now?
Yeah, sorry, I don't think there's 20. That's the MCU. 23.
21. There's 21.
Something like that, yeah. So
because you were on for Incredibles 2, and Incredibles 2 was the 20th.
Okay, yeah.
So the only ones come out since then is
So one day we're going to have done every MCU Pixar film, and I'm going to have featured.
So you're that's the thing is like you're the only guy that's consistently like, yeah, let's do Pixar films. It's like Isaac wants to come on and talk about like all the Disney animation. Like he wanted to talk about Wreck-It Ralph. He really wants to come talk about Frozen. I don't know if we're going to have him on for Frozen.
I'd come on for Wreck-It Ralph. That's good.
Yeah, because he was
Isaac
on for.
Would be the go-to guy for Frozen too, surely, unless you can get like Ben Carlin on.
Well, we can. Oh yeah, believe it or not, it's not that hard for us to get Ben Carlin on.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I imagine Ben Carlin's like the go-to Frozen fan other than Isaac.
Yeah, well, just we've had Isaac on so much, and we've only had Ben on one time, and it's been since Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
That's a controversial one as well.
It is. Ben has decided since we recorded that episode that he no longer likes that movie.
I know the story.
But I have. There's podcast proof of Ben just gushing about that movie.
So yeah.
Anyway, let me do the statistics real quick, and then we really dive into it. Oh, that's not the right amount of days ago, though. Whoops. Hang on. I'm bad at my job sometimes.
You're doing well. I'm pleased.
Okay, I just got to look up how many days ago Monsters Inc. was made.
Is there like a website for that?
Yeah. It's timeanddate.com/date/duration.html.
Oh, well, there you go.
There's actually you can actually just ask, like, you can just type how many days ago was X date into Google.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I knew you could do that.
But I don't know why I do it like this. It's just how I've always done it, and I have it bookmarked. So, 6,500 days exactly. Okay, 6,500 days. So, Monsters Incorporated was released on November 2nd, 2001, 6,500 days ago on a $150 million budget, and made it all that back. It made $577.4 million worldwide, scoring a 96% critic rating, a 90% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 78 on Metacritic. Now, Seamus, tell me your relationship with this movie.
This was the first Pixar movie I ever saw in cinemas.
Okay.
I would say other than the Toy Stories, it's my favorite Pixar movie. And I would also say it's the cleverest Pixar movie.
I would tend to agree with that, yeah.
I just, there isn't much wrong with this.
It's the most adult for sure.
Yeah, it's just I watched it last night. I remember this is I think the first film in a while that I like literally watched the night before I went on the podcast. Like the Toy Story films, when I did them, I'd just seen Toy Story 4 in cinemas, but like Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, I didn't watch them before I saw it because I think I'd seen them recently. But like this one I hadn't seen for like a good few months, and I was like, I really want to watch it. So
I don't know if it's the same way in the UK, but Monsters Incorporated is on television in the United States of America pretty much at least once per day, every calendar day of the year.
I can't claim to watch movies on television, to be honest.
I can't either, but it's just like, it's one of those things that I've seen this movie. I mean, I've seen it a bunch. I think this is the Pixar movie I've probably seen the most.
Yeah.
But this is one that I've seen just bits and pieces of more than any other, because like if it's on television, I'm looking for something to watch. It's like, yeah, I'll watch the last 38 minutes of Monsters Inc. Sure.
Yeah. No, I really do think that it is arguably I would say it's Pixar's smartest film. Like just the concept behind it I think is pure genius. It like messes with your emotions and everything. Like I was watching it last night. I didn't have much criticism of it. Like I think, and I just want to get this right out the way because it is a stupid criticism and it's the only thing I thought of throughout the entire film is the exposition in the first 5 minutes when Mr. Waternoose like explains the concept of why they need to collect screams to the people that work there. It's like they don't need to know that. Like they work there. But other than that, like there really isn't anything wrong with it. In my opinion.
This is the thing, is like, and Disney figured this out later on with movies like, well, Up to some degree, but mostly like like Wall-E. It's like you could have just shown us a training film. Like you could have started with like an old-timey like, well, my dad always went to the factory and he had to make screams, so now I make screams for my children to have power.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, if you, and again, this is what, the third Pixar movie?
Third, yeah, fourth.
Third,
Toy Story 2 was the fourth, but third, like, original concept.
Wait, what was the second?
A Bug's Life.
Oh, man. I forgot about that one.
So no, it's the third original concept. Like,
right, and so it's like they're still definitely cutting their teeth on some things. This one though was animation wise, and I say this all the time. You can see like when Pixar invents a new piece of their technology, it's very obvious.
Sully.
Like this is leaps and bounds ahead of Toy Story 2.
Yeah. You think Toy Story 2, in my opinion, is leaps and bounds ahead of Toy Story 1? Like.
Oh, for sure.
That's the one that I noticed the biggest animation jump, because people like have been laughing about it recently. Toy Story 1's animation isn't that good. Like,
no, it's not. Because Toy Story 4 was so incredible. Yeah. I mean, again, that's a huge jump forward from Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Like, Toy Story 4, absolutely beautiful movie, and it's when you can compare it so easily to a movie made, 23 years ago or whatever, it's like, it doesn't necessarily hold up, because, like, we've come somewhere with the animation, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, Sully's fur is really impressive in this film. That's something that I've never really done before, this one. Animate fur successfully. They tried to make Scud in Toy Story 1, not successfully. But,
that dog was just like slick.
Yeah, but I mean, at the time it was impressive.
They still have not to this point figured out the human face thing. Yeah, because like you look at Boo, she's a little terrifying sometimes.
I mean, yeah, but I still don't think human animation is that great now. Like, they still look cartoonish. I don't know if they're intentionally cartoonish at this point, because you probably can make them look real now, and like intentionally cartoonish, because otherwise it gets too creepy.
I mean that there's a thing that applies to like artificial intelligence called the uncanny valley, which is like the closer something gets to being truly lifelike, the more freaked out we are by it.
Yeah. But
so I think that with computer animation, especially Pixar animation for human faces at this point, I think they are sort of holding back a little bit but they're able to work up to their style at this point, instead of just like, this is the best we can possibly do. It's like, we can make Bob Parr look however we want now.
Yeah.
So we're going to make him look like, not a perfect representation of Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah. No, I agree. But no, I think this, I think the animation in this film is really good, to be honest.
It is.
I think it's a real step forward. I also think
mostly
Finding
there was
Nemo
no point
good in comparison to this as well.
Say that again?
I think Finding Nemo is really good in comparison to this.
Oh, Finding Nemo still is just beautiful. Yeah. I mean, they both are. That and the sequel. It's just the world building from the animation in those movies specifically, with just the big open ocean. And that is one where I truly think they come pretty lifelike, because like you look at reef fish especially, and they are those crazy bright colors. It's like that is a real life Pixar landscape.
Yeah,
it's like not a lot of things in real life are that those bright, beautiful colors. We're dealing with a movie that isn't real life this time.
Yeah, no, but actually,
well, I mean, none of them are real life, but go ahead.
They're talking about the world building. I think that's one of my favorite things about Monsters Inc. Is like, this is one thing that I think makes it really clever. Just like that opening scene. I love Mike and Sully's characters, by the way. I love the way they rub off on each other. I think it's like the perfect like friendship character like building. But just like, that scene of them walking into work.
Yeah.
And you've got all those like monsters they meet on the way. I just find it so funny every time the ones they meet. Like, I know it isn't even humor targeted at someone my age, but it's like the guy that like sneezes and his newspaper turns into fire and he's just like, oh, not again. And then there's that slug who like goes down the drain.
Right. And it's just
I
these
find
beautiful...
that really funny. I think it's really clever. Like, just...
Right, because they're normal people living, they're roommates that work together, living in, New York. Yeah. Essentially, any big major city, and you just see that all day. It's like you see people waiting for the crosswalk sign. I think this is the thing that it is such a beautiful parallel, and like that's the thing that the Lego movie does so well as they have that whole scene at the beginning where Emmett's going to work, and it's the same thing here. It's like it draws enough comparisons that it makes you feel good because you recognize it from your real life, even if you weren't a commuter at that point. It's like you have an idea of what it's like for people to go to work, and so it feels like real life, but it's monsters. So it's this like really cute thing. Even as a 26-year-old man, I was just like, this is cool. I get this.
I really liked it. I just think it's really clever. I love the concept. I love the jokes behind it. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Underrated Pixar. I mean, it might not even be underrated. It won the Oscar for like best original song or something. But like,
Wait, it did?
you know the that
Oh,
won
yeah,
an Oscar,
really?
or some Academy Award. It definitely won something. Yeah,
That's so great because it is just absolutely beautiful score that is just, you know, it sets the movie perfectly, and it's definitely underrated. And I mean, you can't stress the way that Pixar scores these movies.
Yeah, and it's just like the animation at the start when they do that intro where it's like in time with the song. Like,
Right.
I love it. I just, and even even like the intro things aren't long in this film. Like usually you think like you have like, oh, I've got a minute until the film actually starts with the intros. This film, you sit down, 5 seconds of logos. Like,
Well, it does a whole opening credit.
yeah, then it does the opening credits, but like the Disney logo and the Pixar logo, 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, you always these days it's like you gotta do.
But no, the score's really good. Characters are really good.
I just hummed the DreamWorks theme song. Please don't kill me.
You sung
People
the
that are
DreamWorks
listening.
theme song.
I was trying to get I was trying to think of the castle music, which is obviously the When You Wish Upon a Star.
I actually didn't get what you sang, and I was like, I'm just gonna play along and pretend I got it.
What I did hum was the DreamWorks theme song. The little dude sitting on the moon fishing.
That one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. When You Wish Upon a Star is the Disney theme song. I know that in my brain. I can hear the comments.
Yeah. And then the Pixar lamp, like you hear it like coming, and it's like
squeaky, 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 squeaky.
You almost did like the thing of the eye squashing there when you like your voice crackled a little. It was like I don't know.
Have you seen the video of the dude that's sitting in?
Oh no.
No, the guy that's like because it's got the beginning of You Got a Friend of Me playing over it, and it's a guy in an office chair with one of the dog cones around his neck, and he's like hopping to the music.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, one of these videos goes viral like every 6 months of someone ripping that video off. I get sent them all the time, and it's like, have you seen this one? I was like, yeah, I saw the first one like 10 years ago, but like,
yeah.
No, that one of those goes. Well, actually, I haven't seen one go viral in quite a while now. Maybe I should make one myself. And
oh no, it's only been like a month or two.
Oh, one's gone viral.
I think you just missed the last one.
Yeah. Oh well, no, I doubt I missed one. I just
blocked it out.
I just blocked it out completely.
So this was definitely not the first Pixar movie I saw in theaters.
Yeah, I that makes more sense for you because what?
I think that was Toy Story 2.
That would add up. What, you were born in 93?
Yeah, 93. It might have been A Bug's Life.
Yeah, well, for me, 98, I wasn't seeing Toy Story 2 in cinemas.
So you were 3 when this came out. But this was the first one. This is the first Pixar movie that I saw in theaters that I got.
Actually, interestingly, I might have been 4 when this came out because it came out very late in the UK, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw A Bug's Life in theaters.
6 days after my 4th birthday. I probably went to this for my birthday.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah, 6 days after my 4th birthday. But the first ever movie I went to was the Tigger movie.
Yeah.
Classic. I went to that in 2000 or 1999. I was very young, but my mum said that I was the kind of kid that could go to the cinema because I would actually pay attention to the film and watch it rather than get bored. Because I actually enjoyed just sitting in front of a TV and watching stuff. So I was
the first movie I remember seeing in theaters, and I'm sure I went to one before this because I was probably almost 5 when this came out, or I might have been 5. But the first movie I have a memory of seeing in theaters was Disney's The Prince of Egypt.
Okay, when did that?
No, that might not even been Disney. That was DreamWorks. Man, I'm really bad at this today.
I was about to say, I was like, that's Disney's The Prince of Egypt. I was about to, I don't recognize that title.
No, I
knew the film, but I was like, is that? I didn't know.
No, I'm bad at this today. I'm just attributing everything to Disney.
I'm not calling you out on it, so I feel like I'm gonna get called out on not calling you out.
Oh man,
I don't know enough
The Prince of Egypt,
1990s films, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the first one I have a conscious memory of seeing in theaters.
But
that came out after A Bug's Life, but before Toy Story 2. So.
This would be the first film I have a conscious memory of seeing in cinemas, and the only reason I remember it was because the film was a complete sellout. We were running quite late, and we got stuck in that very front row of the cinema.
Ooh, I hate that. That was me for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, yeah.
So it was like a really
Sorry, the
annoying thing.
Philosopher's Stone.
And it's only happened for me once since then. And the second time it happened to me, it completely ruined the film experience for me. And that was Black Panther. Like, I remember coming out of Black Panther gutted because we were right up against the wall and in the very front row because it was a complete sellout. And I accidentally sat on someone's lap when walking in.
Ooh. Ouch.
And that was when the film had already started as well. I missed the first 2 minutes. So yeah, that was a bad film experience. But for me, it's a good film. It was just, it wasn't my favorite cinematic experience because I was gutted.
Yeah, with the nature of these reserve your own seat theaters that we have now in the States, the ones with the recliners and everything. I've done a lot more of sitting in the first 2 rows just because people will go online days ahead of time and get their seats. And so it's by the time I go half an hour before the movie starts, all the seats are sold out.
Yeah.
It's do I go to it? All the good seats are sold out. So it's do I go to a different movie or do I just and granted with the recliner, it's a lot different because you can just kind of lean back and watch the movie like that. And it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it has happened to me a lot more recently than it has before that because I used to just go early and get good seats. And also Roanoke's a pretty small town and we have some pretty big movie theaters.
No, I remember also going to Monsters, Inc. I went with my mum and my mum's friend and her kid who was about the same age as me. And I remember her kid, who's called Ted. I really don't know him anymore. I don't know what he's doing with his life, but he started crying at the end of the film and he must have understood it and I didn't because I was like, why is he crying?
Right, it's because the ending is very, very sentimental.
Is very sad, but
yeah.
I mustn't have got it. I was only 4, but he was 4 as well, and he must have got it because he was in tears. And we whenever my mum, you tell Monster Things, my mum was just like, "Oh yeah, it's the film Ted cried at." So yeah.
And now here you are, Seamus Gorman, making a living talking about Pixar videos.
Yeah, imagine.
And I wonder what Ted's doing. Ted's probably an accountant.
I mean, he's probably still at university, to be honest with you. But,
that's fair. Yeah, you're young.
But he's probably preparing to be an accountant or something.
Or something, yeah. I don't really know how it works in England.
Accountants are common jobs.
Yeah?
I feel like it's a pretty common job everywhere, really.
Something like that. I don't know.
Something, yeah. The go-to boring job, isn't it?
Just in popular culture, it's he's an accountant.
Funny story.
Probably makes good money and has not that difficult of a job, but we're going to make fun of him anyway.
Funny story. My mum and dad are both accountants, so...
Yeah.
That's Jonathan told me that his mum was an accountant, so he said that having a mum accountant is a good way to have a Pixar Harry Potter theorist child.
Apparently,
I mean, it's scientifically proven by...
I mean, I would love to take the cross-section of that and just see how many people are the children of accountants that don't do that.
I mean...
Because there's 5 of you total?
And yeah, how many of us aren't even, don't have accountant parents as well?
I bet John Negroni's mom's an accountant.
Probably. Do you think he's listening to this right now?
It's entirely possible.
Oh, that's interesting.
It wouldn't be the first time that he has been oh, I listened to that, I'm going to call you out on this.
Yeah, he tweeted me about something that I said in one of yours, 2 months after I said it once. And I was like, oh, I remember saying that.
See, that's the thing is I do a lot of these podcasts. So I get people coming from my neck a week after I record and I'm I probably said that. You're right. I had no idea. No idea.
No, yeah.
It's I record 2 hours of a conversation per week. I cannot possibly be expected to remember everything I say in that 2 hours.
You can't, but...
And people will be months down the line, they're like, hey, in this episode 6 months ago, you said this.
I actually get that a lot. Someone will tweet me something so yeah, you said in this video you made 3 years ago that you think this. And I'm I don't even remember making that video 3 years ago, so, I'm not that bad. I feel if I put pen to paper, I could name 96% of my videos that I've ever made.
Yeah, if I could remember what all my episodes are.
You could probably remember them because you just have to list the Marvel films and you're halfway there.
You're not wrong.
No, but I don't know, I feel my video titles are more difficult to remember off the top of your head.
Yeah, well, you've done a lot more videos than I have. done episodes as well. Seamus, this is episode 101 that you're on right now. 101.
Wow, you've already gone past 100. Tyler wasn't on episode 100.
No, he wasn't. He was supposed to be. We were going to do Hunt for the Wilder People,
have you
but it
mentioned
didn't
why
work.
Tyler's not on this one yet?
Oh, right. Yes. Okay, so let's talk about that, dear listener, for a second. Tyler had a baby. Well, Emily had a baby. Tyler is the father to a beautiful baby girl named Olivia Catherine Carlin. She was born on August 18th. 18th, yes. At like 10:45 in the morning. And everything's super good. They're already home. Everything's been great. But Tyler is now on paternity leave for a while. And we don't know how long. He'll be back eventually. Say that again?
And we're really happy for him.
We're super, super happy for him. I'm going to go meet her as soon as we're done here.
Have you met her yet? This will be
Not yet.
No, wow.
Not yet. Well, by the time they're hearing this, I will have. But as of now, I have not.
So you're going to meet her immediately after this podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's so exciting for you.
I was going immediately before this, but they got held up at the doctor. And
it's just an exciting time for them.
It's so exciting. I'm so stoked. I'm so happy for them. Everything went better than expected and better than even seemed possible.
Yeah, it seems to have been the smoothest birth. Well, I mean, I don't want to say that because I wasn't there, but it just seems like one day he was posting let's go have a baby. 10 hours later, a baby was born.
So I was actually with them when she started the whole process. Yeah, we were at a house party with our friends. Not a house party. That sounds a lot more. It was like a dinner party.
I was expecting shots.
Dinner party is the word I'm looking for. And we were just playing cornhole in the backyard, and Emily was like, "Well, I think it's time."
Oh wow!
And off to the hospital they went.
Then
at 10 o'clock the next morning, she was here. It was 12 hours.
That's absolutely incredible. Within 12 hours.
And then 28 hours after that, they were home. So
yeah, that is. I mean, compared to Luke and everything, what Jonathan went through when having him. Well,
I know.
Beth, I mean, not Jonathan, but it was a breeze in comparison. Again, I don't want to say that. I don't know what it's like to go through childbirth, but
right, no idea.
But no, I'm glad it went what sounds very smoothly.
It went great. She's happy. She's home. Everyone's home. Yeah. Everyone's good. So
she's going to be the next Captain Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she's going to be the next her.
What?
She's going to be the first her, not the next Captain. I was making a reference to something, but not the next Cap. She's going to be the first her. It was a bad reference. I'm sorry. It was a bad joke.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I just missed it. I apologize.
I don't know if anyone would have got that because I said it wrong as well. So.
Oh, somebody's going to realize what you're going for.
But yeah, but Tyler's not. It is me today. If you didn't realize,
it is Seamus. It's just me and Seamus.
Yeah. Tyler's not just sitting here very quietly.
Well, so last time it was just one of us. It was just Tyler and Seamus because I was on a train across America, and y'all talked about Pixar, and now we're here talking about Pixar. 2 months later.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, how's the UK been for the past 2 months since you left the beautiful country of America? I heard you're about to come back.
Yeah, actually, that's a really funny story. I got an email today saying they've had budget cuts and I can't come.
Oh, man.
It's really annoying, but yeah, that is really annoying, but yeah, so that's off.
It's almost like Wizards Unite isn't that successful.
Yeah, almost like that, yeah. No, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it. I don't really care, but because I don't want to lose my good relationship with Warner Brothers that didn't exist until now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got invited to a Wizards Unite thing in Philadelphia, and they invited me. I was like, oh, this sounds really cool. I'm down for the weekend. They were going to pay for everything, and then I got an email today saying, yeah, we've had budget restraints and we've had to tighten our invite list. That means you can't come. And I was okay.
I'm curious as to who else is going to be there.
I'm very curious who else is going to be there. I was in the back of my mind thinking who was going to come from the UK, because they're obviously going to have invited Harry Potter YouTubers. Sophie got, I don't know if I can say it, but Sophie the Bakey got an invite, and she said no after 2 days. Literally 5 hours after she said no, I got an invite. So I almost felt like I got her invite.
You almost certainly got her invite.
And I don't know, Cherry Wallace might have got invited. I met her last week. I don't know how many people from the UK are going though. I imagine there are going to be more Americans going to it.
Probably.
I don't know if Jonathan and Ben have been invited.
I have no idea.
Tessa and Brizzy probably have been.
Probably did. Mike Schubert will probably be there.
So but I don't know who's going from the UK. I'll be interested to see if like some people like who I know go. But yeah, I'm upset I can go. It'd have been a fun like just trip away to America. But I actually hung out with like all of like Tessa, Brizzy, Cherry.
Yeah, because you were at Summer in the City.
Fun. So yeah, unfortunately I'm not coming back yet, but I will come back, but not next week.
No, not next week. I couldn't hang out with you anyway. So
yeah, it was gonna be a 2-week trip. I'm doing something else in 2 weeks' time, but I don't want to say it yet because I don't want someone to steal the idea because I've got a video idea. So if we can say this off air, I'm doing a over the 2 weeks I was gonna go. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna try and do it.
Oh god, it's a lot of
Yeah. People are gonna call it out for being fake regardless. I could try and like record like a full take, but I don't think any camera I have has enough to record me unless I recorded it at like 120p's or something.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
And like just like a small thing in the corner.
Fair.
But I just don't think it's worth the effort. I'd have to buy like a new phone to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, back on air. Yeah, because but yeah, that's the video I want to do. But I don't think anyone's tried it before, like, or at least since. So, like, yeah, it'd be interesting. Anyway, yeah, I don't want anyone to steal the idea, but you'll see it. It'll probably come, like, early September.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys watch out.
So be on the lookout. Big things from Seamus Gorman. Seamus Gorman or SeamusGorman.com.
Yeah, but SeamusGorman.com still doesn't exist.
Still doesn't exist.
No. Yeah.
You gotta get on that, Seamus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I need a website.
Go to EthanEdgehill.com and you'll find me.
Oh my god, no way. EthanEdgehill.com is real.
Yeah.
I just opened 2 tabs. Ethan.
You're probably gonna spell it wrong.
Edgehill. I wrote Ethina Edgehill. I think I got it right. Yeah, I'm on. EthanEdgehill.com. It's loading. My Wi-Fi is very
it's my
slow.
website.
So, I like the font. What font is that?
I'd have to go into Squarespace and let you know.
Okay. I'm usually good with fonts. It's something I spend way too much time dealing with. I don't know if you notice I do this. I don't know if anyone notices I do this, but like when I edit videos, I like especially for like improving that titles, I like have to find every font that like goes with every movie so I can like make stuff look like stuff. But like, and it's just become like a pet peeve of mine now where it's like anytime I need like something to look legit, I have to like get font. And I like to fake tweets and stuff on my videos.
So you gotta have all the Twitter fonts and everything.
So, and I just, most websites like that use Roboto, but like, I wouldn't know that if I didn't do it though, so.
Right.
So yeah,
it's like I do the same thing though. If I'm trying to like replicate something, I will absolutely just go find the font.
But that's why it always bugs me when someone tries to replicate something and does it really badly. It's just like
that's the absolute worst. It's the absolute worst thing in the world.
It's just like you could have done that so much better. Because it's just not that hard to fake something, I don't think.
Right. It's like you can go in, like, there's so many different websites where you can go and just like plug an image in and it'll be like, this is the font.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's just not hard.
Yeah, it's really not hard to fake something. Like, I could fake something so easily, but then someone like Captain Disillusion or something would show why I'm exactly wrong. But like, when you look at someone like that, they know they're like,
all press is good press.
Blow me out the water. Do you know who Captain Disillusion is?
I do not.
Oh, he's a YouTuber that just like debunks things. I only discovered him recently. But like, he has like just. I think you might really like his channel. He just like makes videos where he just does full-on cinematics and debunks like fake videos and stuff. But like he is an expert at visual effects.
Does he always paint the bottom of his face?
Yes, every video. It's his character. That is the character he plays. So, but like he does like he's an expert when it comes to visual effects, and he does like CGI in some of his videos and stuff. I don't know. I discovered someone recommended him to me recently, I was like, okay, I might give him a watch, and so I like kind of put him on the back burner, and then like 4 days later I had nothing to do and I thought, okay, I'll watch one of his videos, and since then I've watched every single one. So
okay,
okay, no pressure, but start with the most popular if you do watch him. Anyone listening, of course, I would say, because I think that's the best place to start. But,
this one has 6.2 million views.
Yeah, but like I just think he's very good at what he does. Like he's someone I look up to when making videos, and I think that's one of the reasons why I tried to animate something in my last video because of all the watching of him I've done.
Hey, it looked cool though. You talking about the Niffler thing?
Yeah, I did. It
looked cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool, but yeah, it took way too long. Like, I had to crop every image accurately so it looked like the things were growing out of it.
I mean, I don't, Seamus, I don't want to break your life, okay, or anything. I'm going to tell you, and we've been down this road before.
I know we have.
I'm going to tell you about a little thing called Adobe After Effects. And all Adobe After Effects does is make it so you don't have to do crap like that.
I know it's so much better, but like, I just tell myself, the thing is, I told myself when I used iMovie for like a good year and a half of doing YouTube professionally, I don't need anything better because like my videos aren't that like extensive. I don't need more than like one layer of content.
Right.
And then now I look at it and I'm like, how on earth did I survive with iMovie? Like the amount of stuff I know how to do on Final Cut now. But no, I do agree.
No, I mean, for sure. I'm not saying Final Cut is not worth it. Like, Final Cut's a great program. It rivals Premiere in every single way. It's just I don't know what the equivalent of After Effects is in Final Cut, but there has
100%.
to be one.
There's nothing that comes close. But I don't do enough stuff like that for me to like evaluate the purchase of After Effects. But I know people who use Final Cut and After Effects, like both.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hold on. No, I don't want Creative Cloud.
Are you gonna leave this like blank second in?
No, it automatically gets cut out.
Oh, but what about me saying, are you gonna leave that blank second in?
Well, I'll probably cut that out.
Oh, you're not gonna keep me asking about that? I think it's good content, really.
I mean, maybe I might. We'll see. Anyway, okay. So you can. I don't know that there's a non-Creative Cloud version of After Effects, but you can get Adobe After Effects for $20 a month.
I think I'd waste time using it that wouldn't actually benefit my videos, though. Do you understand?
I mean, that's probably true. Yeah.
I feel like I'd get
but
less
it's one of those things where it's like it's one of those things where you have to learn to do it once, but then once you learn to do it once, you can just do it.
I agree, but I think then videos would suddenly take longer because I'd be doing stupid things on After Effects.
Everything, yeah.
And then suddenly I'd be making one video a month and not getting any more views for it. So,
well, you were the one that's on Twitter like, it takes too long to do this in my videos.
I know, I don't even know why I did it, but yeah.
It looks good. I mean, it works. It's a cool effect.
I thought mine looked okay enough, but it took way too long.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that, especially with the things that you do with the improving that title thing.
Like, what do you mean about the improving?
Where doesn't that there's no way that doesn't take you forever to drop all the comments in there.
What do you mean?
Does that not take forever?
What do you mean by the comments? Like the actual comments?
Like, yeah, when you do the thing where you slap a bunch of like 500 different images on.
I do that in every video. What? Nah, that doesn't take long. It's what?
It doesn't?
What, you screenshot a bunch of comments to prove a point, right?
Right.
I do this in all my videos almost. I actually have a term for it now.
Okay.
Why have I forgotten the term? I literally came up with a term for it and I was referring to it all day the other day. Oh my god, a comment bang.
Yes.
So yeah, comment bang, because I use a banging effect for it as well, and they just all bang in front of something. Basically, what you do is you screenshot a bunch of comments that like prove a point. So it's really easy to do on Twitter. You search a keyword, you go find like 10 comments that prove it. That takes 2 minutes. Then you grab all the comments, throw them onto Final Cut, shift their size, you can do that all in a group, and then put them on top of each other and then layer them so they come every, 4 frames or something.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound hard.
And then, sometimes I rotate them so they come in different size.
This is some real sausage making with Seamus Gorman.
But yeah, no, I'm like, I enjoy editing, but I don't like looking at my face for as long as I do. Do you ever get that editing videos? I mean, how long do you spend days? Do you spend days editing videos at a time?
No.
So no, once I've spent 3 days editing
I just do the vlogs, like...
Yeah, once I've spent like 3 days on one video, I'm like, I never want to look at that face again. Like, I get it when people comment, like, you have a punchable face. Because, like, I do. I really hate looking at it. But then I've been looking at it for 3 straight days. They've been watching it for, like, 5 seconds, so...
Yeah, it's like, I just did a vlog yesterday that was 17 minutes long. And so, like, I don't know, that probably took me 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
But it's a much simpler process to just do a vlog.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that.
Yeah, I do. Either way, I really want to talk about something, and it's relevant right now.
Okay, go for it.
Spider-Man.
Oh, here we go.
Fourth.
Here we go. We'll get back to Monsters, Inc. eventually,
I
promise.
We'll talk. We spoke for a good, 15 minutes about it. People who started the podcast and stopped listening after 15 minutes can't complain about that, to be fair.
No. Okay, so Spider-Man. About, what was it, an hour ago at this point? Hour and a half ago?
An hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Nope, not Spider-Man. It was announced that Disney and Sony could not come to an agreement over who owns Spider-Man.
Yes.
And how to work together.
So, all Spider-Man
they've announced that there will be
in the MCU.
Yeah, no more Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, which is
apparently.
Yeah, which is pretty big. I mean, it like right now, if you go to trending, the top 4 trending things in the UK are Sony, Spider-Man, Tom Holland, and Marvel. And that's been after Twitter. An hour. So
I mean, you got to think that this, like...
And then you've got, like, you've got Peter Parker, Far From Home, Spider-Man 3, Tony Stark, Sony and Disney, all trending in the top 20, Uncle Ben, and,
yeah.
I mean... Also, there's been football on today, so there's football stuff trending as well. So, like, that's pretty impressive that they're that high up on the trending. Because I don't know if you know, it's like when a football match is on, like the top like 20 trending things could be taken up by a football match. Like here, a soccer match for you, but yeah, like it's
definitely not a soccer match
when it's on. Like,
so I've got Sony, I've got Far From Home, I've got Uncle Ben, I've got Miles Morales, I've got this doesn't seem right. How do I access the trending?
What are you on the computer?
Yeah.
Is it the new Twitter format, right? I'm on my phone, so Twitter, let's see.
Let me check. Now I'll just check my phone. I know how to do it on my phone. Yeah. But that just didn't seem right. Nope. Sony, Marvel, Peter Parker, Matrix 4, Far From Home.
Matrix 4
Tony Stark
is 8th here now. Oh, Marvel's up to 5th now, so top 5 are now all taken.
Yeah, number 1 is Sony, number 2 is Marvel, number 3 is Peter Parker, number 4 is Matrix 4, number 5 is Far From Home, number 6 is Tony Stark, number 7 is Jalen Smith, who is a Dallas Cowboys player. Yeah. Number 8 is Spider-Man 3, number 9 is Uncle Ben, number 10 is MCU Spider-Man, number 11 is Keanu, number 12 is Sony Pictures.
Venom's also trending 10 here. I imagine Venom's relevant because they're probably going to try and link the film to Venom now in Spider-Man 3 if they've got full rights over it now.
I mean, you just got to think like it sucks to be Tom Holland right now.
Yeah, it really must.
You're out of a job.
Was he out the job?
Almost certainly his contract is with Disney that they won't be able to put him in a Spider-Man movie.
I saw a really funny tweet from Ryan George. I don't know if you saw it. I retweeted it saying, technically Disney can keep control over Spider-Man if Peter Parker keeps I'm going to butcher it otherwise. He tweeted saying, Spider-Man can stay in the MCU if he fully commits to the Night Monkey persona. Just make Night Monkey films. But if they actually try and make so you don't think they're going to try and make a Spider-Man 3 just out of the MCU?
Wait, what? No, I don't think so.
Like a follow-up to Spider-Man Far From Home, just not...
I don't think they'll be allowed to.
Future MCU films. Because that's what I thought they were saying.
I don't think they'll be allowed to. No, truthfully, what I think is they will come to some sort of agreement.
Eventually.
I think that we are getting a, like, first agreement has not been accepted, and it's just being sensationalized.
Yeah. Like, the question I've got is how much did Disney ask for? Did they ask for 50-50 on the Spider-Man films?
I have no idea.
Because I could imagine that. Like, they're probably in a position right now where they're saying, did you know Far From Home is now Sony's highest grossing film of all time?
I believe it.
So Disney in a position where, like, we've made pretty much your highest grossing film of all time possible. We want 50%
Sony are just being whiny
time.
babies at this point.
Like, we've made this superhero drop. We want 50% next time. And yeah, I imagine they might agree because there's going to be too much fan outrage otherwise. Like,
yeah, I'm almost certain that this will not stick.
I'm not surprised Fortnite U Sony isn't trending because, like,
not yet.
I've seen
only been an hour and a
lot
half.
of people saying Fortnite U Sony. So
it's only been an hour and a half.
Yeah, but like Sony's stock has already fallen quite significantly.
Good.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Good.
Why is Mount Rushmore tweeting or trending?
Are we gonna petition to get Peter Parker on there?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, if there is no more Spider-Man in the MCU, I'll be very sad.
I really don't see, especially after... No, I won't say any spoilers, but especially after the cliffhanger left from Spider-Man Far From Home. Like...
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, I just...
The clear setup for another movie or some part in another movie.
Yeah. And it just his future and team-up movies as well, like...
Well, they set him up to be, the new Tony Stark, the lead of the MCU.
Literally. Like, yeah. That's
why I'm certain that they will fix it. It is too valuable for Marvel for Disney not to, like, fix things.
Yeah. Oh, this is a funny meme. Where I don't know how to send it in on Skype. It's, you know the scene where Tony Stark goes to Captain America and says, I lost the kid?
Yeah.
You can kind of picture what the joke is.
Yeah, I can figure that one out, yeah. Oh, man. I'm not happy. But I don't think it'll be permanent. I think they will fix things. Yeah. No, I don't. I truthfully don't.
At the end of the day, when you look at it logistically, is Spider-Man still Marvel's biggest product.
Say that again?
So everyone always talks about Spider-Man as like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's Marvel's biggest like franchise. It's their biggest product, right? But is it?
Yeah. Well, they've had a hand in what? 8 Spider-Man movies at this point.
I'm talking about like just is it their most popular character?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would say almost certainly, yeah.
I mean, in terms of like movies that have come out, but in right now, it's grossed less than Black Panther by a significant margin. I don't know if the second movie is going to do as well as the original Black Panther. If it does, then Black Panther is by
second
far.
movie?
What is it? You okay?
I said what second movie?
Black Panther 2.
That's not announced. It doesn't
He said
exist.
it at the end of the panel.
Yeah, it doesn't exist though. You show me an announcement,
But-
okay?
okay.
Because right now,
Either way,
I've got a Phase 4 full of complete shirt, like
It'll be in Phase
Chirac
5.
or whatever
It'll
it
be
is.
in Phase 5.
Yeah, I'm not here for Phase 5. That's too long, Seamus Gorman.
Okay, either way, I'm saying I don't know if Black Panther 2 will make as much as Black Panther, but
No way, not a chance.
But he's still a massive juggernaut. He'll still make an easy billion, I think.
I mean, we'll see. It depends
if the MCU declines from here, but
right. Yeah, it just depends on how everything goes. I have no idea.
But and then Captain Marvel's made a Fortnite ton. Sorry, I keep doing that.
I was gonna say you can just say
Fortnite.
I
will fix it.
I know, but I was censoring myself and then hoping you'd put the Fortnite over my Fortnite.
What I'm probably gonna do is put your Fortnite over my Fortnite.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Do you want me to just record a nice Fortnite for you to use?
At the end, yeah.
Okay.
I'll get you to give me a good Fortnite to put in the because I literally have a whole file called Fortnite.
Of course you do.
Which it's me saying Fortnite, it's Tyler saying Fortnite, it's Ryan George saying Fortnite, it's Scott Nicewander, it's Mike Schubert, it's a lot of different people, and it's just
Scott
different
Nicewander.
quotes. What'd you say?
I love Scott Nicewander.
I do too. I've got Scott Nicewander saying controversial tweet.
Oh yeah.
Just in case I ever try to bring back that segment.
More like Scott Mean Wonder though, right?
No, he's the world's nicest
the
human
nicest
being.
person, other than Isaac.
Literally, that day that you, me, and him just spent
That was so fun.
Talking at the meetup was one of the most lovely days of my life.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
I did think I'd get along with him because I hadn't met him before then. I knew who he was, but he was really, really nice.
Yeah, I mean Isaac Carlson's the nicest human in the world.
Yeah.
That's undeniable.
He has a competitor in my books now.
Who?
Tessa
Cherry
Netting.
Wallace? Oh, Tessa Netting? Yeah, Tessa Netting, yeah. She was a delight.
I met her the other week, and she is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah, she did our Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them episode, and it was awesome.
Yeah, so, yeah. I don't want to take anything away from Brizzy or Cherry, who were also delights to meet as well. But Tessa stayed longer at the event on the Saturday, so I spoke to her more. She
just loves the whole thing. She has not at any point gotten tired of being the personality.
Yeah,
she just absolutely loves it,
and she has the most stories out of anyone I've ever met.
Oh, for sure, because she worked for Disney.
She just got a lot of stories, and
absolutely.
So really interesting person. She kind of reminded me of Beth Carlin. I don't know if that's a really weird comparison to make.
So I've never actually met her in real life.
Yeah. I've met both of them, and under similar circumstances as well, on a day with a meetup and, at a YouTuber kind of event. So,
right.
I don't know, maybe I just associate them in my head, but I don't know, they reminded me of each other.
Fair enough.
And Beth Carlin is also up there with Isaac in my head.
Oh, for sure.
And so is Emily Carlin and Kate. Maybe people are just nice, but maybe Americans are just really nice, but
I'm gonna get that as my ringtone. Just Seamus Gorman going, maybe Americans are just
and
nice.
And Alice as well. Oh my god, I feel bad now. I'm just not mentioning people. And everyone's gonna I don't really think anyone's gonna listen to it in that way. But can you imagine if someone messages someone Seamus didn't mention you when he was talking about nice people?
I would get, if you had not mentioned Alice and somebody had said that to her, I would just get a text message that's hey, what the heck?
Would she
from
message
Alice?
You that?
Yeah, but she'd be completely joking about it, but she would just be like, what?
That's really funny.
Because Alice, she doesn't do mean. It's not possible at all.
That's funny. But yeah, we were saying Spider-Man. I hope they come to an agreement.
They will.
The amount of fan
I have no doubt about that.
But yeah, do you think Tom Holland will lose his contract then?
I mean, I don't think that there's any way that Disney lets him go.
To Disney own Tom Holland's contract?
I don't know, but they own enough of it. I'm sure they own enough of it that they won't let him do a movie in the MCU or outside the MCU with their character.
Yeah. He deserves some justice here, man.
He'll get it. It's not gonna be like, I get, this is just sensationalism, as always, is the thing that happens every time there's a thing. It's every time there's an announcement out of Star Wars, it's like, this is gonna be the worst Star Wars movie ever.
I actually have a poll saved in my Twitter drafts right now, which is like, which Star Wars trilogy are you most excited for? Ryan Johnson's or David Benioff and DB Weiss? Like, Star Wars.
Can I opt for neither?
Three of the most hated writers in all of media right now to make their next two trilogies.
Well, to be fair, David Benioff and DB Weiss are not bad writers. They just phoned in Game of Thrones because they got a Star Wars contract.
Yeah, but people are going to boycott it because of what they did
No,
to
they're
Game
not.
of Thrones. Don't you think?
Nobody's going to boycott Star Wars. It's not possible. It's not going to happen.
You don't think so? You don't think people will boycott? No. Okay.
Absolutely not. And by the time they actually get those movies made, people are going to be like, Game of what?
True. Yeah. But like...
That show had an 8th season? Forgot about that.
I do feel really sorry for them in a sense. I know like there's like a lot of like hate for what they did to the final season, but like they were advised not to show up to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Because of like they would just get abused, and that's just not okay.
That's about to be how the freaking Russos are.
The Russos like don't get abused. The Russos get love. Like
it's about to turn on them.
Why?
Because there's enough of the fandom mad right now about Endgame.
Endgame?
It's turning into Avatar.
What?
Have you missed this?
Obviously.
A lot of people are upset right now, Seamus. They've gone back and watched it again, and they've decided that their favorite character got screwed somehow.
What?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's all over the place. It's like, Steve deserved better. Tony deserved better. Thor should have been killed. Steve should still be alive. Tony should still be... These are the different ways that Tony should be...
Oh, wow. Yeah, repeat after me. Tony Stark is a fully realized hero long before he died saving the universe in Endgame. He's been the one making the sacrifice time and time again, but apparently the writers who wrote Endgame didn't watch any Avengers movies. They gave Bucky a gun in Infinity War and Endgame, but he's too unstable and damaged to hold a dinner plate. I don't think there's enough hatred towards it.
It's growing though. It's growing the same way it did with Avatar when Avatar got released on DVD.
Was that like a big outrage? I remember.
Did you miss? Oh yeah, I guess you were younger. Yeah. No, people absolutely loved Avatar when it came out, and it was in theaters, and it was like, oh my god, this is the greatest movie ever made. Like, James Cameron done it again, just really, really makes incredible movies. And then it came out later, and people were like, this movie sucks. What are you guys talking about?
No,
and that's what's happening in Endgame right now.
Movie,
people are just, I mean, it's not great. It's not a great movie.
I think it's good. I think it's really good. I'm excited for the sequel. I think it's a good story.
I'm very excited for the sequel. They're going to be the most beautiful movies ever made. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I just saw a funny thing saying, has anyone realized Endgame took one widow away from us and gave us another with a photo of Black Widow and Pepper Potts?
Yeah. No, I'm excited for Avatar 2. Avatar the original has finally been beaten in terms of CGI though. I said this on the episode, but Lion King outdoes as much as everybody doesn't love it, it outdid Avatar in CGI.
Okay, I can give you that, but
I still
don't think it's a good thing for the animation genre that is now the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Well, it's not an animated film.
It's the highest grossing animated film of all time though.
Is it being considered an animated film?
Look it up. Yeah, go look up highest grossing animated film of all time. It comes down as it. I would I'll be really annoyed if that wins Best Animated Picture.
It'll be hold on. It'll be the highest grossing animated film of all time for about 3 months.
No, it won't get. It's smashing Frozen at the moment. It's already taken over Avengers: Age of Ultron in box office at the moment.
But it's not animated. It's also not live action, but it's not animated.
I really underestimated how well The Lion King would do at the box office. Like, I thought Toy Story would outgross it. I mean, Toy Story's done really well.
To be fair, I thought it was going to be bad.
I thought it was quite bad, but...
Yeah, but it wasn't... it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, this is abysmal, nobody should watch this.
But, like,
it's like,
is it
it was a perfectly decent
worldwide
film.
Good?
Say that again?
Is it 1.5 billion worldwide good?
No. I liked Aladdin more, tell you the truth.
I haven't seen Aladdin, but I don't know. I just my thing with it is that I don't get why the same people who called Toy Story 4 a cash grab make this the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Oh, hang on. I was not on the episode where we talked about Toy Story 4, so now I have Seamus Gorman sitting in front of me. Seamus Gorman, defend yourself. It is the best Toy Story movie, and I don't want to
Fortnite.
hear it.
I really love it, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue that it's not the best Toy Story movie. I think in terms of like a beautiful film that is like fulfilling storytelling and stuff like that, I don't think many films match it for that. But
No, I absolutely like, because I never got to talk about this.
I still think Toy Story 3 resonates with me better, but I don't know. Toy Story 3 has had 9 years to sit with me, and I've just convinced myself that film is absolutely flawless. And I also love Leon.
It is. I mean, it's
Cricket,
very good. But I truly think that they've only gotten better each time.
I think there's a very strong argument for that.
Because
I still think
2 is obviously better than 1, and 3 is obviously better than 2. I'm not hearing arguments against those.
No. Well, you know what? I found out that 3 is actually relatively... I don't know if I just get all the hate for Toy Story 4 just sent in my direction because I'm such a fangirl over it. But like, I found out Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 4 are hated by some people. Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 aren't hated as much. I really don't get what people have against Toy Story 3 and 4 though. Like, I really don't get it. Like, I made a video
didn't come out in the 90s.
kind of joking, but like low-key a little serious about some of the Toy Story 4 criticisms, because like there really isn't much wrong with it in terms of like a filmmaking.
I mean, no, not at all. There's in terms of filmmaking, there's nothing wrong with it. You could not have. There's nothing that you could have.
But same with like storytelling and character development.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is there's nothing you could have animated better. There's nothing you could have written better.
I like the only criticism I can kind of like be like, yeah, okay, fair enough, is Buzz, but I and maybe that's why people didn't like Toy. Because I don't think he's really been a great character since Toy Story 2.
I mean, I don't know. Toy Story 4 was so good.
Yeah, it was.
I don't want to rehash that.
I'm going again tomorrow for the 5th time.
Are you?
So
it's still in theaters there?
Yeah.
Huh.
No, it's still in theaters in America as well.
Is it?
It'll stay until about September, at least in some areas. Till people go
look
back
at
to school. Because what? It still made $1 million this Saturday in America. So like,
well,
it's not done. it made what?
Yeah, fair.
It made 930,000 in America on Saturday. So it's definitely not done. Like, but no, like
I'll tell you, if that's not a sign of the times, I don't know what is, because that's 20% of what Monsters Inc. made ever.
930,000.
Yeah, it made $577 million.
Yeah, that's not.
So it's 15, 20. What?
That's not 20%.
Well, it's close.
No, it's not. You've got your maths complete. 577 million divided by 900,000.
Oh yeah, no. I was thinking. Never mind.
It's like what? 2%. 0.9 divided by 577. 0.001%.
That doesn't make sense.
But that's because it's the 10th weekend of it being out. Like no film's making 400 million 10th weekend it's out.
Right.
Like 900,000, I think it is the 10th weekend, is a pretty good total. I mean, this film's done really well in terms of having legs.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were saying it wasn't going to make $1 billion for quite some time. And now it looks pretty likely to overtake Toy Story 3 at the box office.
Where's it at right now?
It's at I'm looking at it right now, 1.017. Just come out in Germany
those Toy Story movies just don't sell as well as I always think they're going to.
I mean, the third one was the 4th highest grossing film of all time when it came out.
Yeah, but 1.017 billion is nothing anymore.
No, it isn't, but...
You might as well not even try.
At the end of the day, I think it will gross more than Toy Story 4, but Toy Story 3, but it won't make as much as Incredibles 2, which I think Pixar will see as a disappointment. Because I think they were expecting it to make as much as as Incredibles 2.
How much did Incredibles 2 make?
1.2.
Jesus.
But
that does not
purely
deserve
because of America. Toy Story 4's outgrossed Toy Story 3 in America already, but Incredibles 2 did almost as much in America as it did in foreign.
Yeah, it did 608 million.
Yeah, and Toy Story
49% in America.
Toy Story 4's almost caught Incredibles 2 in the foreign territories, but it just hasn't got close in America.
Yeah. Well,
but it's already beaten Toy Story 3 in America, so I don't know, it's weird. But also, Toy Story 4 had a lot more to compete with than Incredibles 2 did last summer.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Box Office Mojo still considers Incredibles 2 the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
It was never the highest grossing animated movie of all time.
Oh, it is in America. Never mind.
Yeah.
It is considering
in America.
It is considering The Lion King on this list. That's so wild.
The Lion King's just done really well abroad. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but it's not an animated movie.
It's all animated though.
Yeah, but it's the live action remake.
No one's called it a live action except uneducated
yeah, they have.
people.
That's how it was billed.
No, it's not a live action film.
That's how it was billed. It was billed as the remake with every other live action remake they're making.
It's not live action though. There's nothing live about it. like there's nothing live action about it.
Yeah, I agree. That was the argument I made the whole time when it was in the run up to it.
No, but I agree. It isn't It's wrong that it's the highest grossing animated film of all time, but more so because of how much money it's made than because how has this film made 1.5 billion? Well, it hasn't quite yet, but it will.
I don't know. It wasn't that good.
It's just because it's done really well in like China and stuff. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Toy Story 4 compared to Incredibles 2. What came out last summer for Incredibles 2 to compete with? Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah. Toy Story 4 had Spider-Man and The Lion King. And they've all done $1 billion. All 3 of those films. That's insane.
Well, and Disney's still got Frozen left to come.
And Star Wars. That's 2 more that will hit $1 billion. So that's 7 for the year. And 5 is the record that they've just set right now.
Yeah, plus they made how much with Endgame?
Nearly $3 billion.
Yeah.
No, they will make about a grand total of, depending on how well Frozen 2 and Star Wars do, they could nearly hit 10 billion worldwide this year. You've got Dumbo to add on as well, which didn't do well, but it's still like a number to add on there.
Yeah.
Like Dumbo plus
and Aladdin.
Avengers Endgame hits 3 billion.
Yeah.
That's like how me and Tiger Woods have a grand total of like 10 major championships between us, but, you know, did you get that at all?
Yeah, I got that. I think it's like 14, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know how many you'd won, but I thought it was like a comparison to make.
Good old American joke you made there.
I know, it came off the back of like, I saw something that was like Andy Murray and Serena Williams played together at Wimbledon this year, and someone like wrote like 28 major championships between them or something. No, it was like 20 major championships between them when Murray had won 2 of them, and someone responded like, yeah, me and Tiger Woods have won 14 between us.
Andy Murray, what a guy.
He won Wimbledon. That's all he had to do in his career. We love him. He's a country legend.
My favorite thing is the interview that he did from, I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. From Wimbledon, when they were asking every competitor how they like their how they eat their strawberries, and everybody's like, "Well, I eat them with cream, obviously." And Andy Murray goes, "With my fingers."
He is the most. Andy Murray is really funny. He's just the most emotionless guy as well. Like, oh yeah, he just never looks happy.
No,
what a person. You know how many times he's won like the sports personality of the year?
Oh, I believe it.
English.
I want to see Bill Hader in a documentary about Andy Murray, like a biopic about Andy Murray.
He's won it 1, 2, 3, 4. He won it in 2004. He won the young one in 2004.
How many times has Lewis Hamilton won it?
That's a good question. Murray's won it 3 times.
Because I know that y'all love some Lewis Hamilton there.
Only once, but he's been nominated 5 times in Lost.
I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan. He could have won
it this year, but he won't because Ben Stokes will win it. But
who's Ben Stokes?
The guy that won us the Cricket World Cup. And because we haven't won the Cricket World Cup before, he'll 100% win it.
Who's that soccer player that you guys have right now? Harry Kane?
Harry Kane. He wouldn't be the England player to win it, though. Raheem Sterling would be like the go-to England player.
Oh, Raheem Sterling. Yeah. I forget about him, yeah.
Because he's a weird one because he's just criticized by the media non-stop. Like, if you look up Raheem Sterling articles written about him, the media just love to criticize him. And
he's 24 years old. That's so wild.
The media loved to criticize. He bought his mum a house, and the media criticized him for it. Like, the tabloids and stuff. And people are just, like, getting so fed up with it. And now he's, like, the most beloved English player. Because I genuinely think he is a good person. So I love Raheem Sterling would be like the last player I would ever like because he plays for my rival team, Man City. But I genuinely love him.
Welcome to American sports because that's exactly the way it is. Because so I'm not going to say every time. I'm trying to think of how to delicately portray this. Sports media in America is run by a lot of white people.
Oh, yeah. Anytime.
And sports in America is dominated, most of them, by a lot of black people. And anytime any young, especially young, black athlete does anything, the media just leaps on him. It's happening right now with Odell Beckham because he was like, I love playing, or I'm stoked to actually like play in Cleveland because the Giants traded me, and all the media has been about today is just like, Odell Beckham wishes he was still in the Giants, makes boneheaded call, everything like that, and does. But it's like, yeah, a young black guy will buy his mom a house, and they'll be like, this is the epidemic in America, is young black athletes being inappropriate with their money.
Yeah,
it's constant. It's constant.
And Raheem literally posted an Instagram about this, comparing him to comparing another young black player who plays for Man City to a young white player who plays for Man City, who did the exact same thing, and the difference between the articles written about them.
Right.
And it was one of the most insane things. Like it is, and it isn't just an American problem. Unfortunately.
No, but it's just that is the epitome of sports media in America.
Yeah, but and
that's what they talked about for years and years and years with Tiger Woods. It's like, Tiger Woods really good at golf. Did you know he's a black guy? Did you hear that? Does anybody know he's black?
No, it's just, it's really unfortunate. It's awful. The way Raheem Sterling gets spoken about. I really do think he's a good role model as well. He doesn't have the best track record when he was younger, because when you're a young professional footballer making hundreds of thousands, you can just get into a bad influence. Because
y'all start him real young there.
The stories of him, he had 4 kids at the age of 18.
Yeah, y'all start him real young over there.
So for him, he didn't have the best, but I think he's grown up a lot, and it's been good to see him mature. Okay, so here's the article that Sterling posted. This is the black player. Young Man City footballer, 20, on 25,000 a week, splashes out on a mansion on market for 2.25 million despite having never started a Premier League match. White player, Man City starlet Phil Foden buys 2 million home for his mum. And it's talking about how one of them's done a nice thing, one of them hasn't, when they've done the exact same thing.
Man, you know what I could get for £25,000 a week?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's like $32,000 a week.
It's more than some people make in a year.
That's a salary every single week. That's a decent salary.
It's an insane salary. What, a week?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's that is somebody's decent salary every single week.
Yeah.
It's buy a house, dude. Buy a house for your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is a massive salary.
Oh, for sure. But that's the thing is y'all have 18-year-old players making a lot of money. We don't.
No.
With the exception of basketball, it's we hang on.
I wonder how much Marcus Rashford's on. Marcus Rashford's actually Mbappe, he must be making Mbappe's younger than me, I think. Yeah, he is. Mbappe contract.
So, for example, our football players, American football, you have to go to college for 3 years before you can play American football and professionally. So you have to be at least 21 when you're drafted.
You have to get a degree to go play American football.
No. You don't have to go to college, but you have to be 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They get massive wages, though, because they don't they?
Not right. I mean, yeah, some of them do, right when they start.
For
example,
example, what's his face? Patriots guy that wins it every year.
Tom Brady? Yeah, he makes a lot of money.
You'd imagine so.
But it's I don't know. And a lot of, that's the thing, is a lot of rookies, aren't making a lot of money for their first 3 years. So it's you don't have as much of a problem of 17-year-old guy making hundreds of thousands of dollars does stuff, because they're older and they don't make a ton of money until they get to be 24, 25.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, granted, they're making more money at 21 than some of these dudes are making more money at 21 than any of us will ever see in our lives.
Yeah, I can't find out how much Mbappe is making. Oh, there we go. Mbappe, he's younger than me, 20 years old, makes 17.5 million a year.
Yeah.
And he's in talks for a new contract as well.
That's a lot. Soccer players make more money than anybody else.
He's already won the World Cup, though, so, I mean...
we have... everybody talks about, ridiculous wages, but, Cristiano Ronaldo's making more than, 20 NFL players put together.
Did you see the weird advert Cristiano Ronaldo did the other day?
No, we don't get Cristiano Ronaldo adverts here.
Everyone was like, how much must he have got paid to do this? Because it was an do you know the song Baby Shark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, imagine Cristiano Ronaldo doing that dance.
I don't think I have to imagine that. I think I'm just going to look that up.
Everyone's like, how much did he get paid to do this ad?
All right. I'm about to watch this ad real quick, and I will get back to you if I can find it.
What's it called? You probably just have to look up Cristiano Ronaldo ad. It will be there. He makes it.
They're not showing me a video is the problem. Maybe is it a Shopee ad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I mean,
How much did he get paid to do that? This guy is making
$20 million.
What?
$20 million.
This guy's making like $100 million a year at least. Probably well more. He must.
I mean,
his night contract is probably $100
But that's the thing, is
million.
it probably took him 20 minutes to do that.
The amount he must have got paid, man.
Yeah, like he probably made $1 million a minute.
Like, wow. That went so viral.
Where does he even play anymore?
Juventus.
Oh my God! Why is he in Italy?
Because he wants to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs in the best 3 leagues. And if he does,
are we really considering the Italian league to be one of the best 3 leagues?
Yeah, it is though. It's better than Germany, I'd say.
I would say Germany before Italy.
No, but
I would say Germany and France before Italy.
No.
Personally, as an American, I'd rather be at Bayern Munich, at Leverkusen, at PSG.
But
I'd rather be at a lot of places.
Compared the amount of times Italian teams have won the Champions League to German and French teams, Italians will have more than both of them put together.
Really?
Yeah. Well, France have only won the Champions League once. Like the French teams.
I'd rather play it. If I was him, I'd rather play at PSG than
PSG would have paid him well, but no. I think he's made a decent career, especially at the stage of his career he's at, because the Italian league's slower than a lot of other leagues. So since he's a bit older, he can have more of an impact.
Are we calling Cristiano Ronaldo old and past his time at this point?
Do you know how old he is?
Soccer's so wild.
Do you know how old Cristiano Ronaldo is?
He's in his 30s, right?
35.
He's 34.
Is he 34? Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. I'd have said he was 30.
Tom Brady's 41, dude.
Tom Brady's 41.
Yeah.
They played for that long.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's 42, my guy. He just turned 42.
Oh, wow. No, football players, run out at 30. Rooney moved to America at 31 or something.
Yeah, that's always wild to me.
Because he's done.
If you think about baseball players, man.
Oh, yeah. Because you don't need as much athleticism.
Right, baseball players play forever. Golfers play forever.
Yeah. I didn't know you could play at 41, though.
You can play however old you want to stop getting hit at, is the real thing.
Oh, wow.
There's no age cap. Like, Tom Brady's still winning Super Bowls.
Yeah. Anyway, Monsters, Inc. There's a sport in Monsters, Inc. Where, in Monsters University, where they play, this actually is something I never got about the films. Monsters University, there's like a scene where they're in the college, and they're like, some people at the college are playing like an American football kind of game. But scarers are considered to be like the celebrities, right?
Right, yeah, they're the jocks.
So, I don't really get it. It's like, what's the environment there? Like, what's the, equivalent of being a scarer?
I don't know. Okay, so hang on. Real quick here. Just in terms of old athletes, I'm looking at the oldest baseball players ever, just for the hell of it. And all of them are really old people, but somebody named Jamie Moyer stopped playing is still just retired last year. Wait, no, he's still alive. Never mind. I'm crazy. Hang on. This dude was 49 years old when he stopped playing baseball.
49.
49.
Jesus. Tom Brady's got to retire soon, right?
He hasn't stopped being good yet.
Yeah.
So Jamie Moyer retired in 2012 at the age of 49.
To be fair, though, Ryan Giggs played until he was 40.
He's a knight, right?
Sir Ryan Giggs? Not yet, I don't
Sir
think.
Ryan Giggs, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. I don't know what he's done. He's won the Premier League 13 times, but...
Is it really 13?
What?
Is he really done 13?
He won it for the English League 13 times, yeah.
Ryan Giggs, OBE.
Is he an OBE? That's not impossible to get, though. My grandfather has an OBE. He was the Lord Mayor of Birmingham once, but you know the one in the video? Do you know the grandfather
What?
I had in my video a while back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the Lord Mayor of Birmingham in 93 or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
So, yeah, that's where he's from. So, yeah, he's got an OBE.
That's wild. Okay, so tell me about Monsters, Inc. real quick.
So, yeah, what's the position of scarers? It never really made sense to me. They're supposed to be celebrities, but also... no one really knows who they are. They're not getting paps down the street. When they're walking down the street at the start, the kids are, kind of know who they are, but don't. They know them because they walk past them every day, not actually know who they are.
Well, I think it's just one of those cases where, you're the important people at your job. It's when you work for a huge company like that, it's everybody knows the scarers.
Yeah. Oh, also, the two characters I love, and I don't think I appreciate them enough, are the two, really, weird guys at the corporation that are do you know what I'm talking about? The two guys that are adjusting.
You're making him lose his focus.
Yeah, I love them.
Sorry. I love those guys.
Honestly. And Roz. We haven't even mentioned Roz yet.
I mean, there's so many great characters in this movie. Roz is great. She was played by Brad Bird, right? That was his start in Disney.
Was she?
No.
He
But she was played by some guy.
But...
Yeah, and she was played by some guy.
She was played by a guy?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me, actually, but Roz actor.
It's just one of those things. You're going to have to probably search
she
more.
Was played by... Oh, no, wait, is this the right film? Roz Monsters, Inc. Oh, why don't I just look up Monsters, Inc. cast? That's easier, isn't it?
Yeah, there's an IMDb for that.
Yeah. Oh, Google.
Yeah, Bob Peterson.
That's mad.
He's Mr. Ray in Finding Nemo.
Oh, okay. But no, I love that. You know who's like kind of weird? Celia.
What about her?
I never got why she wasn't in Monsters University.
Well, assuming they met at some other time in their lives.
It's a weird character to leave out.
I mean, they had a lot of characters, though.
To be fair, I was thinking about Monsters University when watching Monsters Inc. yesterday, and I've come to a new conclusion about it. I think it's a really good film, but not a very good prequel.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I've seen Monsters Inc. like all the way through maybe twice, or Monsters University all the way through maybe twice.
Because like, I don't know how well it actually leads in to Monsters Inc. Like, I think the ending's rushed, and but I still think the end of it like tops Monsters Inc.'s ending, which is a big statement. But
really,
yeah,
you think so? I really like the ending of this movie.
Not like the very very ending where like Sully goes to Boo. I think the ending is rushed in Monsters University. I'm talking about like the bit before that where they're kind of like where they like break it, where they like have the scare games. The whole film builds up to that. I really like that concept. And then they win it, and then Mike breaks into the human world to try and scare the kids. Sully and Mike have like that heart to heart, and then they break out of the human world through the door.
Right.
And I really don't get why they had to rush the ending. Like, they made it so like they did this montage of them becoming monsters at Monsters Inc. It could have been so much easier. All they had to do was like have Mr. Waternoose be there and be like, these guys just did an incredible scare and just hire them. Like,
well, yeah, but I don't think they wanted to use Waternoose like that.
But like, no, but just in general, like, there could have been like a newspaper article, like record-breaking scare from inside the human world performed by James P. Sullivan, and that's all it would have taken to hire them, rather than have this montage scene. And especially in this montage scene when they meet the abominable snowman, which makes no sense with the canon because they had no idea who he was when they meet him in Monsters Inc.
Right.
But I love that. One of the things I really love about like when they get thrown into the human world. And you know, when they're in the human world with the abominable snowman, one thing like I never really related to as much was like Mike's part in there. Like, you really sympathize with Mike. Like, Sully's like, none of that matters now. All that matters is that Boo is okay. And then Mike's like, I've lost everything.
I had a whole life, yeah.
Like, I'm never going to see Celia again. And you're like, wow. And then Mike goes on to apologize to him.
Yeah, well, because that's kind of how the Disney narrative runs. Yeah. It's like, adventure first at all times.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I still don't know to the life of me how Mike got back, but...
I mean, assumingly the same way Sully did.
Yeah, I guess, but it's not shown. It's just like...
It's not shown. I'm sure that Mr. Abominable got back and Mike was like, help me make another sled, thanks.
Yeah, that's where they should have made a short film out of rather than the car thing. Actually, no, Mike's new car is good. Otherwise, that car has no reference to the plot whatsoever.
Yeah, he's just like, I love this car. I bought this car to drive it.
And then he kind of tries to get fungus with it.
He's like, I will take you for a ride in my car.
Yeah, that's funny. Also, another thing I noticed when I was watching it is that, so Waternoose throws them into the human world, right? And they're about to put Boo into the scream extractor. When they throw him into the human world, and then Sully manages to get back in time before they've even done it.
Yeah, they took a lot of preamble there to like throw her into the scare extractor.
I just don't know how it took so long.
I don't know. It seems like they just walked her back there and strapped her in because we see them strapping her in.
Yeah, and then Sully's there. That was something I never noticed before, and I was like, did it really take them that long? I guess they never thought Sully would come back, so they were like, yeah, we got all the time in the world.
Yeah, they were just taking their time with it. They're like, he's banished. Yeah. He's like the abominable snowman, who apparently also could have just come back.
Yeah, but I guess no one else thought of it. And that's actually something that Monsters University does well, because it shows that you can break into the human world, the monster world through the human world. So Sully now
Yeah.
knows that, technically in the canon. It's not actually implied, he just kind of goes through the door because it was already there, but...
Right.
But like, and that's just kind of there, but like... Technically, Sully would have been one of the few people that knew you could get into the monster world through the human world, and that is what Monsters University does explain. But, like, I still don't think it's a great prequel. I don't know how well it leads into the actual original film. Watching it yesterday, I didn't feel like Monsters University led into it that well, but I think Monsters University on its own is a really good film.
Yeah, for sure. I need to go back and watch it again, because when you were like, we should do both of them together, I was like, that's a lot of movies for me to watch, especially one that I don't know anything about.
No, Monsters University, I'd say if we were to do it, I'd want to do a lot of other Pixar films before it, if we're going to keep doing Pixar films.
Well, at this point, we should just go in order. Like,
yeah, I mean, what would be A Bug's Life next, and then...
I mean, we've done all the Toy Stories. I think A Bug's Life is kind of like The Incredible Hulk.
That's a very funny comparison, but I think A Bug's Life is very...
Well, it literally is like the MCU. It's like you have Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor.
I wouldn't compare to Thor.
So it's literally like, well, hang on, think about it. Because it's like you've got the first movie for one of your chief members of the franchise being Woody, right? Mm. And then you have A Bug's Life for a character that doesn't matter. And then you have Woody 2. And then you have Thor, aka James P. Sullivan, the big, huggable, lovable teddy bear of strength.
I'm loving this comparison, to be fair. Finding Nemo then becomes Captain America, so...
Captain America, a fish out of water story, if I've ever seen one.
And then Incredible...
About the little... Hold on. Finding Nemo is about what the little guy can do.
But who's Captain America symbolizing? Nemo.
The little guy. He was a little guy until he became big and strong and saved the world. Just like Nemo did, except he became brave and not strong.
And then you've got the Avengers, Incredibles.
Is that actually the next one? Holy shit!
Holy Fortnite, I think you mean.
Oh my god. The Pixar MCU theory.
Wait, and then what's after that? Cars.
Cars, that's Iron Man 3. That one kind of falls apart there.
That fits quite well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Cars being Iron Man 3.
Yeah, but like the first 6? That's wild.
What's after that? If Cars 2 lined up with 4 Dark World, I'd have been like, yeah, you know what? This is
no, what's after Cars?
Cars, Ratatouille. And then...
Yeah, that kind of lines up with Thor the Dark World.
What? No, Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's a trash fire movie.
You don't like Ratatouille?
Ratatouille's in my bottom half of Pixar. You know how we were talking about the first episode we ever did about Pixar? Maybe even before... Oh yeah, we did Incredibles 2. That's what we talked about. It's like they either have like a 90 plus or a 70 and below. I put Ratatouille in the 70 and below category.
Oh. See, I don't think someone saying Ratatouille would be in my lower half would be uncommon, because Pixar lists are just so, like, just Pixar, like, there's so many good ones, but I still think Ratatouille is massively underrated.
Yeah, I just don't like that one that much, as much as the rest of them.
Ratatouille, For the Dark World. What? So then, was For the Dark World definitely after, no, Guardians of the Galaxy was after Iron Man 3.
No.
Oh, no, it wasn't. No, For the Dark World was after it. Never mind, you're right.
It was Dark World and then Winter Soldier and then Guardians.
No, Guardians was before Winter Soldier, surely.
Was it?
They're both 2014 though, aren't they?
Yeah, then Winter Soldier was definitely first, because that was like a May movie.
So Guardians then lines up with WALL-E.
Yeah, so it was Iron Man 3 was May 13th, 2013. Thor the Dark World was November 2013. Winter Soldier was April 2014, and Guardians was August 2014, and then Age of Ultron was
I was about to say that lined
May.
up quite well if it was the other way round, because Guardians I think can line up with WALL-E, and Winter Soldier could line up with Up, because Winter Soldier, like, Up's like a one that, like, is a very common personal, like, a favorite for most people, in the same way Winter Soldier is a very common favorite for most people.
But the enemy in WALL-E is the government, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I see that with...
So the enemy in Winter Soldier is the government.
No, that works too.
And like, you've got, Peter Quill is just as goofy as Doug.
I think the comparison ended after phase 1, but...
I think you're right, but it was remarkable there for a second.
That was a remarkable phase 1 though. Like, it's an almost like-for-like copy.
Yeah.
That was a very funny comparison.
So is this? You may have said this earlier. Is this your favorite non-Toy Story Pixar movie?
I think it's the cleverest. And I think it's cleverer than the Toy Story films.
I would agree. I think this one has the most. Just as like an adult, it's like I sort of get some things in this one.
It's such an inventive film. Like,
right.
It's like, who thinks of the idea that the monsters breaking into the human world are actually just trying to harvest energy for their world? Like,
I mean, adults.
Yeah, adult, but like that's not something you think of. Like, and it's just so clever. Like,
Well, that's something that John Lasseter thinks of.
I see. Well, I don't think John Lasseter thought of it. It was Pete Docter, wasn't it?
Was it his idea though?
I don't know.
Well,
what are the other ones that are really
there's
up there for me with Toy Story, from the Toy Stories? So, Monsters Inc.
Who's doing Onward?
The guy who made on Monsters University. So it's his first, because I feel like he was thrown into the deep end a little with Monsters University. He's kind of been given a directing role, developing films developing a prequel to a film I'm not sure he worked on. He might have, but developing a prequel to a film he didn't direct. Now he's getting to direct.
He did not. The first thing he did for Pixar was Cars.
Yeah,
and he was a storyboard artist for Cars.
So now, but this Onward is very much based on his own life story. So I'm very excited to see what he can do now with his own original story. If it doesn't do well, and a lot of people aren't excited for it, most people...
I'm personally not. I don't think it looks great.
Most people I've seen in the last few months are coming up with the very same opinion of, I'm much more excited for Soul, the one by...
I don't really know anything about Soul. I've just seen the teaser so far for Onward, and I'm not hopeful.
Well, Soul's by Pete Docter, who did Up, Inside Out, and Monsters, Inc. So, honestly,
Pete Docter's
I would
right.
go as far to say as I'm more excited for Soul as well, but I am really excited for Onward still.
See, that's the thing. Here's my thing. Pete Docter looks like he'd be the guy that would come up with good Pixar movies.
Yeah, no, Pete Docter is just a great director.
Dan Scanlon looks like he would be the villain in a movie where the hero is the dog.
That's a very, very weird thing to say. He's got no hair.
He's just he just looks like a villain.
Like a James Bond.
He reminds me of the villain in Ant-Man.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Darren Cross.
Yeah.
I really like Ant-Man, I mean,
it's not bad.
I would actually go as far
movie.
to say it's the most underrated MCU film. What would you say is the
I think
most
it's Iron Man
underrated
3.
MCU film?
Iron Man 3.
Okay, I can see that. I don't know.
I love this movie though. I feel like we didn't talk about this movie as much as we needed to, and I feel like that's a common recurring theme when we have Seamus on the show.
I'm sorry about that. We spoke about it for good 15 minutes at the start, and now a good 15 minutes towards the end.
We did. But we also talked about
do a lot of things with this one. Did we talk about its Rotten Tomatoes score, a negative review,
we did,
a positive review?
I didn't do the negative review and positive review because all the negative reviews are stupid.
I might. Oh yeah. Does it? What are the negative reviews like for this one? I've spent a lot of time reading Toy Story negative reviews recently.
They're either they're just dumb and they're not good. People hated him for the wrong reason, or they're this was okay. I give it a 2.6 out of 4, which is not a negative review.
Yeah.
So
96%. That is low. I thought it had 97.
No, that's ridiculous. That's insanely high.
No, but
Pixar movies get overrated as hell on Rotten Tomatoes. I maintain this fact.
Oh no, but I mean for Pixar, that's on
for Pixar, yes, that's low, but
on the low end of Pixar films.
Yes,
I don't
for Pixar that's low,
right.
but
I don't think this film deserves to be on the low end. Well, not even on the low end. It's just mid tier. But
it's still 96%. That's 99% of movies never get even a shot at that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Endgame got 96%, didn't it? Which was a massive
It's at a 94 right now.
Oh. It keeps dropping. They always do though. They never stay at a massive even Toy Story's dropped to 97 now, I think.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. It gets harder to get 100 every year.
Real quick, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Okay, have a good time.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll be right back.
So, Ethan's gone at the moment, and that means I get to run the podcast. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me at Gorman Seamus on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram, but I'm much more of a Twitter fan personally. I use Twitter a lot more. Oh, sorry, you're back. I wasn't talking to the podcast while you were away.
Were you just talking to the mic?
No, not even slightly. So I found a negative review to start the podcast. Right at the end. And it's very funny. The complexities of this script, while clever, will likely fly over the heads of most within its target demographic.
Yeah, but didn't he give that a 3 out of 4?
2.5 out of 4.
2.5 out of 4. That's not a negative review. That's a 62%.
It's not even a negative review. He's saying that it's a smart film.
Yeah, but it just might miss the demographic a little bit.
For children, but how is that a bad thing?
It's not, and that's the thing. That's the thing that Pixar's always understood is it doesn't need to be dumb for kids.
Yeah, kids like this film,
the kids will still. This was my favorite movie for a long time. This was awesome.
So yeah, bad negative review, positive review. Let's just go for the next one in line. The good guys are those who realize that laughter is stronger than fear. That's a message worth taking to the heart these jittery days. Relevant in 2008 and relevant today, to be fair.
Yes. seriously.
So, yeah, I like that. Well, there we go. Negative and positive review was done at least an hour and a half into the, probably not, but like an hour and a half into the podcast.
An hour and 44 minutes into recording,
Yeah.
but probably an hour and 10 minutes into the actual episode.
That's funny. And yes, how much do you actually think we spoke about the film this episode?
More than Toy Story 2,
Did we
but
not
less
speak about
than
it at
most
all in Toy
movies.
Story 2?
Toy Story 2 and 3, we did not do our jobs. We did not do those
Do they
movies
get
due
complaints
justice.
still to this day?
Yeah.
That my thing with going on for those episodes is that I had literally just done a review for Toy Story on my channel.
Yeah.
So
And we had just watched all three of them, and we did them in 3 consecutive
and
days.
I wanted to keep it concise and not discuss anything I'd already discussed. And I was just out of things to say. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Toy Story 4, I feel like we spoke about it quite a lot. I don't know if you listened to that episode.
I actually have not listened to that episode at all.
Don't. It's bad. Yeah, I feel like you'd be very embarrassed what the stuff Tyler left in. Like,
I feel pretty comfortable leaving almost everything in this episode, except for the things that we specifically talked about leaving out.
And that's only for other people's privacy.
Right, exactly.
So,
Like, we didn't talk about anything bad.
No.
I don't think you talked about it. Nobody has said anything about Toy Story 4, so no one's been like, wow, this episode got strangely weird.
yeah, I know. I spoke to Tori Wood about it, like, briefly. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't think it was a problem. It was just kind of a little deep.
I mean, fair.
So, yeah, I think it should be fine.
Oh, I just got a Ryan George tweet pushed to my phone for the Bacon and Eggs account. And it's not the one you were talking about.
Was it funnier than the one I was talking about?
It's pretty funny.
He's a funny guy. I really just, he cracks me up.
It's a picture of Tom Holland on the ship in Infinity War in like the Iron Spider, but it's turned purple.
Is it with a mustache?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Yes, hello, Peter Parker has died, but his consciousness has been implanted in me, Arachno guy. Now let's please carry on and never speak of it again.
See, I found the other one funnier, but that one did better. Maybe my sense of humor is really edgy.
Spider-Man, what even is a home?
Spider-Man Homeless, a Broken Home was a funny one I got sent. Because it's like the split up of Disney and Sony.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's good. There's a lot of good humor coming out of these dark times.
Yeah.
The sadness of Spider-Man. It really is just...
People are talking about Spider-Verse as well.
Spider-Verse doesn't have anything to do with it.
Sony, we made Spider-Verse. We don't need Disney to make a good movie. Us after looking at Venom.
Yeah. Venom was rough.
I watched it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. Yeah, it was not a good movie.
Like-
It didn't spark joy.
It's just really annoying that they've lost the. I just still think they could bring in the monkey guy. What's he called? Dark Monkey.
The Night Monkey.
Why can't they just make a trilogy of films about Night Monkey? Honestly, tell me right now, Disney make a Night Monkey film, Sony make a Spider-Man film, they come out the same day. Which one makes more money?
The MCU Night Monkey film.
100%. They can use Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Just don't refer to him as Peter Parker once, and you're good.
Yeah.
Like,
This is Peter G. Parker.
I mean, no, they probably can't refer to anyone Peter Parker because, like...
Yeah.
But they just don't mention his name. Like, that would probably be harder to do than... Call him Pete, and then just don't mention his surname.
Call him Pete. But you'd have to rename MJ as well. You'd have to rename Ned.
Just call her Michelle.
We could do something.
Because MJ was
figure-
never
they'll-
called Michelle in, like, original comics, was she?
Her name was Mary Jane.
Yeah, so, like, Michelle's a different name for her already.
Yeah.
It depends how much of this they've already copyrighted, like... I mean, it's never going to happen, but, like, I imagine they've probably already copyrighted Night Monkey.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So,
The Night Monkey. What a weird name. I don't know. First one was great. I need to see it again.
yeah, I'd love to see it again.
I only saw it the one
I
time.
went to the toilet during that film, and I hate it when that happens, but I was desperate.
I mean, it happens.
I didn't miss a very important scene. You know the scene when they're, like, switching to go to Prague on the trip?
Yeah.
Like, when they're actually going through the transition, and I was back by the time he was putting the glasses on.
Okay, then yeah, you're good.
So and anytime I asked someone, I was like, what did I miss? They're like, nothing. And I'm like, I must have missed something. I was gone for a minute. And I was like, no, you literally missed nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you picked a good time.
I don't know how I timed it so well, but yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just know.
Yeah. No, I kept thinking in, like, the first, like, you know when there was that montage scene on the plane? I kept thinking, I should have gone. Montage scenes are
I feel
always
that.
the best time to go, I'd say.
Yeah, you don't miss anything. Except you would have missed Ned and what's-her-name falling in love.
Yeah, I guess. I'd have missed that joke. Yeah, no, I think I went at the perfect time then. And I kind of went in the middle of the film as well, so...
So you were all the way good.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start wrapping this up.
Okay, so binary review 1.
Oh, we didn't we didn't do the binary
Do you think it was necessary? Do you think it's like with the binary review? I feel like it's only if you're like giving an iffy like.
No, I mean this is a 1. Yeah, you gotta watch Monsters Inc., guys. Show it to your kids.
I really don't think it's like it was a question after the first 5 minutes of the thing.
Yeah, I don't have kids, but show them to your kids.
How would you rate Randall and Waternoose as a villain on our villain rankings?
I mean, I love Randall. I love Steve Buscemi. So that was great. It was a great combination of villain and person playing the villain.
Yeah.
I liked Waternoose. I mean, I feel like he was a little bit of a...
Would you have
like,
caught
sort
the
of...
twist if you didn't know?
No.
I don't think I would have either, so...
No, I don't think they give you the opportunity to catch it.
No, but...
That's the one thing I would say about the...
But, like, for example, they didn't give an opportunity to catch on to Mayor Bellwether being a villain in Zootopia.
No, I have a problem with that as well.
And I caught on to that instantly, because I was like, yeah, she's the villain, isn't she? Because otherwise, what's the point of her character?
I don't know. I haven't seen Zootopia in a long time. I don't know if I could tell you.
She's introduced as, like, the assistant to the mayor, but she has no real, like, part.
Oh, then yeah.
She has no real part, but she's also, like, just seen as, like, the impossible, like, there's no way she could possibly be the villain kind of character. But like,
even I was looking for today.
No purpose to the film in my, like, from when I was watching, I was like, I think she's going to be the villain. I also picked up on Hans because I was like, yeah, someone's going to have to.
Oh, well, yeah, that was pretty clear. I mean, he was obviously a jerk.
Yeah. The Disney villains I catch on most times. I didn't get King Candy.
Ooh, you didn't?
Especially not him being Turbo.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. King Candy was a weird one because he was like introduced as the villain, kind of. He was being a jerk to Penelope. And then it's kind of like made out like he's the good guy for a second. Then Ralph realizes he isn't. And you're like, okay, he's the bad guy. But then the twist is that he's actually Turbo, the big bad guy. And I don't think anyone would have caught on to him being Turbo. Like,
no.
So that's a good twist. That's a really well done twist villain. Because it's like, you
know
he's the villain, but it's twisted that he's someone you think he isn't.
Right, it's like you gotta, but that's the thing is if you can't just pull the twist out of nowhere, and that's what I think some of these movies more directed at kids lack out on.
But I don't think
you gotta at least
is out of nowhere either.
I think he is.
You think?
Yeah, he doesn't even have like a particular line where you're like, oh, that was it, I missed it.
Kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die.
Well, that was when he was being revealed as the villain.
This film is very quotable. Like, there are so many things I still quote to this day. Like, you know the whole thing where he goes like, you know who the most beautiful monster in all of Monstropolis is? Sully?
Sully?
I still quote that all the time. I don't like say like, you know what something is. Like, I'll go to someone like, you know what I think? Or something like that. And they'll go, oh, what? I'll be like, Sully?
Sully?
I say that all the time. That should be a more popular joke, but it's not.
I love the bloopers for this one.
Yeah.
I love when they put bloopers into animated movies.
Like, Pixar to actually go to the effort to animate stuff. And oh my god, take that thing back where it came from, also help me.
Put that thing back where it came from, so help me.
That is so quotable. And then there's like Roz, just everything she says.
You didn't finish your paperwork, Wazowski.
Yeah, I'll be watching, always watching.
Man, your American accent, just wonderful.
Would you say it bops?
No.
Oh, I didn't know what that meant, so... No, what?
Come on, you're a youth.
You use? What's the word you use? Like it dopes? No, come on, give me the word here.
I mean, bops is a word you could use. I wouldn't say that about your American accent.
I would say my American accent slaps.
I mean, okay. Let's ask Tori Wood.
My Monsters Inc. does slap though.
Yes, absolutely. Great movie.
Yeah.
And on that note, we need to put it on the big board.
Okay, I want to kind of let you do it because I don't really know the board at the moment. So
okay, so let's see. From the bottom, we have Venom, the first Pokemon movie, Transformers, Crimes of Grindelwald.
It's better than all of these.
The Lego Movie. It's better than all these. Yeah, I'm sort of trying to find a place where it's not obvious. So like, is it better than Toy Story, the first one?
You know what? I wouldn't say it is from a personal standpoint, but I definitely think you could make a very strong argument for it, and I wouldn't be opposed to you putting it above it.
Okay,
do you think it's better than Toy Story, the first one?
I do.
Okay, put it above Toy Story then. Yeah.
Well, okay, so then is it better than Rocket Man?
I haven't seen Rocket Man, so I can't really.
Okay, I think it probably is. Is it better than Batman Begins?
That is. I'd say yeah. You know, would you?
Okay, I'm just curious as to where
That's
Seamus
close, but it's like, well, for me, it's like obviously I prefer Monsters Inc. to Batman Begins, but I'm looking at it from a more neutral standpoint
right.
here.
So between Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 4, we have ended up putting a lot of movies in that gap.
Is
Apparently,
Toy Story 4 under Toy Story 2?
It is.
That was.
Y'all put it there.
Did we?
I did not agree to that.
I would move it, but you can't do that now. So.
Well, I can move it when we reevaluate the list.
Yeah, you should do that when we reevaluate. I'd put it above Toy Story 2 now.
So that would put it below Interstellar.
Okay. So is Toy Story 4 next?
So no. So between Toy Story and Toy Story 4, there are Rocket Man, Batman Begins, Love, Simon, Ocean's 11, Get Out, and The Dark Knight Rises.
Love, Simon is high, as is Ocean's 11 in my opinion. I would say it's. I'm not a big fan of Love, Simon or Ocean's. I haven't seen all of Love, Simon though. I've seen some of it. I don't know, but
I think we argued that it was a more important movie.
Though, is it? So,
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. I think we argued that it was a more important movie, but not necessarily as good.
Ocean's 11. I'm not a big fan of films like that. Just in general, like it's too predictable. You know exactly what's going to happen at the start. I don't know.
Well, I don't think I'm going to put this above Ocean's 11. To tell you the truth.
So in between Love, Simon, and Ocean's 11.
I think we found our spot. Yeah.
I would have said in between Ocean's 11 and Dark Knight Rises. If Dark Knight Rises is below Toy Story 4, but so
Dark Knight Rises is below Toy Story 4, but so is Get Out.
Get Out's really good. No, I wouldn't put it. Well, like, I would personally put it over Dark Knight Rises and Get Out, but I think from a more neutral standpoint, there are arguments to be made for Dark Knight Rises and Get Out. I wouldn't say there is for Ocean's 11, but it's your list, so...
That's a very special movie to Tyler and I.
Okay, well, put it below Ocean's 11, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm going to. It's between Ocean's 11 and Love, Simon. So that puts it... I have no idea what these... All of the numbers are 3, which is a joke from an episode a while back, but so I have no idea where that puts it.
That's an interesting one, because it's like... It's such a weird thing to compare films like that.
So that's our 16th best movie of the year.
I guess we're halfway through now.
We're more than halfway through.
Yeah, so
we started in October.
How many films are in now?
36.
That's why it's mid-tier.
Yeah.
That to me that's really weird because.
But like our list is The Prestige, Avengers Endgame, The Dark Knight, Jurassic Park, Moonlight, Captain Marvel, Us, Toy Story 3, How to Train Your Dragon 3, Interstellar, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 4, Dark Knight Rises, Get Out, Ocean's 11, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, it's a good list. I wouldn't.
So it's in with some heavy hitters
above Get Out.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with that. I also disagree with Captain Marvel being above Toy Story 3, but we won't go into that. I do think Captain Marvel was a really good MCU film, but it's mid-tier MCU.
I disagree. It's an easy top 5 for me.
Is it?
Better than Black Panther. Yep.
It's better than Black Panther, but Black Panther's also mid-tier. So,
a lot of most people put Black Panther in their top 3.
Do they?
Yeah,
I have not met one person ever who put Black Panther in their top 3.
Well, you're not American, are you?
But like, I don't get. Well, I guess I get why this film like resonates for like Africa, but it's not like it's based in Africa. I don't get why it's so resonant for America. I get like African Americans, but like I don't know. I guess it maybe doesn't resonate for us here. But I remember there was a big thing with Black Panther about how it was overrated, and then Captain Marvel is hated by a lot of trolls, isn't it? Like, it's got the lowest audience score for a Marvel film.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. But everyone would have known that the minute it came out.
So, just so you're aware, Seamus, I can sort of speak to why Black Panther might be a little more higher rated in America. So there are more black people in America than there are people in the United Kingdom.
That doesn't surprise me. But, like, maybe, I don't know.
It's very important for a lot of people.
Oh, no, I get that. It's completely, like, understandable why it's an important film. Same way Captain Marvel can be an important film for a lot of girls.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's
I just
why
really like Captain Marvel.
For me, it doesn't resonate. But I don't like. I have people. Actually, interestingly, one of my really close friends who is Iranian. So he's not black, but like he's like mixed race. Came out of Black Panther proper hyped from it when me and my friend who are from England didn't.
Yeah.
So no, I never thought of it at the time, but I also have a lot of friends who are also mixed race and black who would rate Black Panther in the same way I would. And I don't dislike it for. Well, I don't dislike it at all. I wouldn't rank it lower for any, like, it just didn't resonate as well with me, obviously, as it did for them. And I had a bad cinematic experience with it, as I've gone into already.
Oh, right, yeah. You had to break your neck watching it.
The first viewing of it, I was pissed.
Well, fair enough. Seamus, where do we find you?
The woman next to me's lap, and
Yeah. Wait, I thought you did that when you saw Monsters Inc., not when you saw Black Panther.
Oh no!
Oh, I got confused. You were telling that story earlier. So you were like,
No, that was Black Panther.
you were 20 years old.
Yeah, I know. The film had already started. It was dark, and I walked in, and I was like, I couldn't see my seat, and I thought I'd found it, and I sat down, and there was a woman there.
Oh my god, I thought you did that when you were 6.
Before.
Yeah, I thought you did that when you were seeing Monsters Inc. when you were like 4 years old.
Embarrassing. And then I was I was actually next to her, and I was just embarrassed for the entire film. I told Abigail after it, and she was just dying with laughter, and I was like hiding my face while the woman was like leaving the cinema.
Oh man. Oh, that's so much better. I'm so glad you retold that story.
So, yeah, if that was unclear for anyone who heard it earlier. But, no, it wasn't a great experience for me. But, no, Black Panther's a good film. So is Captain Marvel. I think they're both important films.
Yeah.
But, I think in terms of, like, stories and stuff, I prefer, like, the classics, like Avengers and Captain America and stuff.
Fair enough. Well, where can we find you on the internet if nobody knows somehow by now?
We need to pick a breakfast food for this film.
Oh, you're right. Thank you for reminding me of my jobs.
You're welcome. I love coming on this podcast. I should just I'm here all week. So what would you say? I think it's got to be something really
breakfast
gross
food
for like
a
reference to like the deodorants and stuff they have.
Right. I don't know.
This
God,
is a hard one.
What would monsters eat for breakfast? What's a good breakfast to a monster?
They have like sushi, which is weird, but
yeah, they had fairly normal looking sushi.
Like, but then they make like weird comments like it's really inconsistent with things like this. Like in the Monsters University, it's like monsters need dirty teeth with lots of plaque, and then in Monsters Inc. he's brushing his teeth, and Mike's like, scary monsters don't have plaque, and then they have like smelly deodorants, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna be all stunk up. It's really inconsistent.
I don't know, it might just be breakfast sushi.
Breakfast sushi,
because that sounds pretty gross to me.
That is pretty gross. Yeah, who'd eat sushi for breakfast? Do they do that in, like, Japan?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been to Japan.
Never have I. I'd love to go. Do you have any, like, a big following in Japan?
Not really.
I wonder if I have a big following in Japan. I probably have a following in Japan.
I mean, I'm sure there are people in Japan that listen to this show.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
Let me check. Where is my audience from?
I'm checking too.
Wait, that's just this month. Yeah, no, not really.
Do you have any viewers in Japan?
We do, but not many.
How many?
Not a ton.
I'm gonna look it up. My internet's been really slow.
More than China, more than Russia.
But can China even access your podcast?
I don't know.
I know China can't
more than
access.
China, more than Russia.
I know China can't access YouTube, so can't watch my videos.
More than Mongolia.
Okay. Is this YouTube analytics you're looking at?
No, this is the podcast analytics.
My internet is being really slow right now, and it's really annoying me.
Less than India, less than Thailand, less than Saudi Arabia.
My internet is being ridiculously slow. Okay, I'm gonna look it up on my phone.
A lot less than Australia.
I'm gonna look it up on my phone because I've actually never seen it be this slow in my life. If you can do this on your phone, of course. Analytics. Well, I don't know if you can.
Can you go on Social Blade on your phone?
No, I'm looking at audience. Oh, you can.
You're directly.
So lifetime. Let's see.
Yeah, Japan does not have the biggest.
1% of my views ever have come from Japan. That is not great. It's on a level with like Russia and Hungary and Saudi Arabia and Hong Kong. But like, you've got to keep in mind, like, America takes like 50%, and then UK has like 18%, so that's already like 70% gone.
Where does Japan?
And then you've got like Australia and Canada. Now you're up to 80%. So
Japan is 0.08%.
Okay, so it's pretty similar, but I imagine my 0.8% is bigger than your 0.8%. Yes. I'm actually not getting any numbers here. That's what I really wanted. I'm getting a percentage. I really wanted a specific number telling me like, you have this many views from Japan, because I know I can see that, but I don't know how. I have more male viewers than American viewers I have more male viewers than female viewers in the last 28 days. That's a really weird thing for me. Usually boys really hate my content. I don't know why.
We got a healthy mix of both.
I don't usually. I usually have like a 60-40.
Huh.
Like, girls just like my content. Boys just... And all my hate comments come from boys, like, almost religiously.
Well, where can people leave you hate comments, Seamus? Tell us about that. You can leave me
hate comments wherever you want, really. I've already promoted this on the podcast today, but You can follow me on Twitter at Gorman Seamus. I'm much more active on my Twitter than my Instagram, which is at Seamus Gorman 4. But I mean, if you really want to follow me there, you can. I post like once every 2 weeks or something. YouTube, I post more frequently. This is really fun. I'm just getting to promote myself. YouTube's fun. I make videos there. You probably won't like them, but if you do, that'd be cool. And I also have Patreon. Patreon.com/Seamus Gorman.
Perfect. Well, you can find us anywhere. You can find Bacon and Eggs anywhere podcasts are sold, wherever you get your podcasts, and now on Spotify. You can also find us on patreon.com/Bacon and Eggs to join the Bacon and Eggs Discord server. Only $3 a month or less than one Lego coffee per year. It's a good time. Have lots of good fun. Seamus is there when I tag him sometimes, and then the whole thing blows up.
Interestingly, I was saying how only 0.1% of my views have come from Japan. But in the last 28 days, that has accumulated to 1,175 views.
So you get some views from Japan.
So that's like probably a good 1,000 people and like that's in the last 28 days. In a lifetime, that I have 57,000 views from Japan.
Yeah, that's not a small amount.
So it's probably one person's like a few individual people might have accumulated to a lot of them, but that could still be a good 1,000 people from Japan. So maybe one person from Japan is listening to this right now, and if it's on like YouTube, make sure to comment. You're the one.
Yeah, if you're the one Japanese Seamus Gorman fan listening to this episode on YouTube right now.
I knew I had Japanese fans because I tweeted out a few years ago, or like a year ago, I needed some Japanese that needed some translating for a video, and loads of people replied to me like, "Yo, I can help. I'm from Japan."
Well, there you go. Seamus Gorman takes over Japan 2019.
I'm going to tweet out, like, anyone who's Japanese, this one's for you. And they're going to watch, like, 2 hours and be like, why has he recommended this to us?
Oh, that's great. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off then.
Okay.
Seamus, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming and podcasting with me. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Arrivederci.
Yeah, arrivederci indeed.
What do you say after arrivederci, though?
I don't know. Tyler usually says a phrase starting with the letter A, but I don't feel like coming up with one, so we're just going to leave it at arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Wait, no, Colin, there's got to be something.
It usually has to do with the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Like, ache that thing back where it came from, also help me. It's put that thing back where it came from, or is it take that? Put that.
It's put that.
I always say take that. I always probably quote it wrong.